Welcome to Chalk and Cheese Podcast. One DJ, podcast, one comedian, and two other guys.
Chalk and Cheese.
Come on.
Begging it.
Do you feel that Africans support their African people more than Jamaicans support their Jamaican people?
I honestly feel, that there's not a more patriotic place than Jamaica. When we was watching the football the other day, no one knows what the offside rule is. No one cares about football. No one could name any of the players.
No,
all they know is
you mistake
that they're Jamaicans. All they know is that they are Jamaicans playing,
and they're playing for Jamaica.
And that's it. So they're celebrating. They don't care who's running in the race.
No,
as long as they wear yellow. I went to the Jamaica versus QPR match about 10, 15 years ago. Jerk chicken in the stand. It was ram. Everyone just making as the Jamaican touch the ball. That's just patriot. They all wear look at Elephant Man and these people. Like, it's a thing. You can walk out with your colours and that. For such a small place, there's more Jamaican flags in cars than British flags. Like, it's a very patriotic island. So I think they support Jamaican and you know.
Jamaica. That's it. The question was not they support Jamaica, because they do. From I'm saying they're people. For instance, an individual.
Well, it depends who it is.
No.
Look at Bolt. Bolt has the whole.
But again,
people that pretend to be Jamaicans support Bolt.
But again, what does Bolt's an individual? But what is he representing? I'm trying to say, like, for instance, a Jamaican actor, a Jamaican musician, comedian. Anything where they are Jamaican but they're doing it for themselves.
Look at that brother from X Factor. They were
yes.
What's his name? They didn't care about him until he started winning, but they weren't following
Dalton.
What?
You see, for me, I don't feel them do it as much, because when I look here, like I feel like, and Jamaicans have this mentality of crab in a barrel thing. You know what I mean? So? Yeah, and it's always, when it comes down to individual, it's like they as soon as you're doing good, you get the hate, and that's natural with everything. No, but I feel they get the hate, but I feel like when I look at how the Africans,
you sure?
Of course, 100%. I mean, how they embrace when the African people are doing things is different.
Are only there when you start getting big.
That's what I'm saying. Look, Usain Bolt during his first couple Olympics, I don't know if anyone really, but as soon as he was the champion, watch Bolt. Hey, watch him now. Everybody
but then you still have haters in Jamaica will be like, him soon pull a leg, him soon pull up like.
But there's haters everywhere.
Trust me, man.
But there's haters everywhere.
But that's what I'm trying to say. But for instance, like when I'm saying these things, is like when I look at Idris. Idris is he's British, but he is also from African descent.
Yeah, whereabouts? Africa's like a continent.
I don't actually know, but no, it's a continent. But so when I don't know which part. Actually, I don't know. Anybody know which part?
He doesn't want to lose no fans. He doesn't want to lose no fans. Let's not.
But he might be Nigerian.
No, but I don't know. It could be.
I don't know.
Sierra Leone.
No, let's check. Let's have.
No, you're talking about blood diamond. You're trying. Brother, wicked, you know.
Let's check his background.
But what I'm trying to say is, for instance, when Idris, alright, there's this guy from Canada. He's a director, right? His name's Jeremy. I can't remember his next name. He did a movie. He wrote a movie and filmed a movie in Jamaica called Destiny, right? And put it out. You know, he had premiere over here, had premiere in Jamaica. It was out in cinemas and that, Usain Bolt had his documentary as well about his to the Olympics. He put it out. Never really see much support from Jamaican artists, Jamaican actors pushing it. Idris brings out a movie, Yardie, and everybody pushing it. You see what I mean? Now he's bringing out the soundtrack for the Yardie, and they're pushing it. They're supporting it. So
my question will
what I'm saying, even Jamaican stars are showing support to it. So it's like, how come you don't show the same support to your own people, but you do it for somebody else? And this is what brings me back, is that because what is it? The whole thing of them don't want other people. You don't want your fellow Jamaicans to do better than you.
I think of it like this, yeah. I think of it like this, yeah. People, when you become famous, there's a few factors to why people support you. Now, if you're likable, likability is something. You know, like if you're, some people just they're just drawn to some people and they just make it, and then some people get a lot of hate. Do you get what I'm saying? But I wouldn't put it down to a race or a nation. Like, let's just say, all right, Africa's a continent. So anywhere, any country in Africa. So if there's a Nigerian that's doing really well, remember, you know, there's like 200 million people. That's the population of Nigeria. So the descendants are going to be loads. There's going to be a lot more visual support for a Nigerian because there's a lot more Nigerian people. Jamaica's only got 2.2 million people now. So their descendants can't be that big. They're like a drop in the ocean. So you can't have the same support on the same magnitude. You get what I'm saying? It's not even a comparison.
I hear what you're saying.
Swallowed.
I hear what you're saying.
If you drop Jamaica into Nigeria, you disappear.
No, we take over. But hear what me I say. Is like, all right. A next example then, right, is Anthony Joshua. Is another example. He gets so much support from the from Nigeria and Ghana, right? So now look at Dylan White. The Jamaicans don't.
But because Dylan don't.
No, it does.
And the likability thing. And the likability thing.
Yeah, it's the likability.
No, but then the idea is he still Jamaican?
What? You know what? What you must understand is you can't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't prove your point.
Where I just prove my point is because where's your background from?
Jamaica.
Where's your background from?
Jamaica.
Where's yours?
Trinidad.
All over the place.
Yours are. You two, right? Me just say the two things already. No, I don't. Again, I was just making a simple.
But let me tell you something. I do not like people just because of anything other than if I like them or if I rate what you do.
Yes.
So, Anthony Joshua has got likability. We've been through this.
That's what I'm saying. I'll just use them
he's got likability. So if he's Jamaican, if he's from Dominica,
Nigeria,
if he's Nigerian, whatever, he's gonna get the support. Do you get what I'm saying? Because he's got that. Dylan White I don't follow his fights or anything. I don't really know him. I know his brother. His brother's my brethren, but I don't know him. I don't watch his fights. I'm not a boxing fan. Do you get what I'm saying? So all I'm trying to say is, I'm not just going to support him because he's Jamaican. I
hear what you're saying.
No, but that doesn't make sense.
But no,
he's Jamaican.
I never said that. This is why I said I never said that. I'm saying basically that I feel African people, Jamaicans, we can take a leaf out of them book on how they support their own a lot more, I believe. Because
it goes back to numbers though.
No, but again, I know you're saying to numbers, but what I'm trying to say is,
guarantee there's millions of Nigerians that don't even know who Joshua is.
Watch this, right?
Boxing.
I follow probably more Jamaican artists and probably stars more than I would follow African stars. Are football, you know what I mean? Like predominantly the people I follow are mostly from Jamaican backgrounds, are from Jamaica. But on my timeline, I can see a lot more support towards like Afrobeats, which is the Afro swing. You know what I mean? More that they highlight, they get more praises for everything. Apart from popcorn on my timeline, where everybody posts because Drake.
Back in the days, a lot of Africans never even wanted to say they were African.
All right, listen.
I used to say I was Jamaican.
This whole conversation here, to me, but that is only because of England. If she was dropped in the middle of Africa, she grew up in Africa, or she wouldn't say that. It's only the pressures of England that make you say that. Do you get what I'm saying? If you grew up in Nigeria, you would never say I'm Jamaican. Of course, so it's the pressures of being in England. Do you get what I'm saying? I honestly think that people support who they support, and there are things that are going to get bigger. Like when I used to think like, Cash Money Millionaires. You remember them? Not Cash Money Millionaires.
Lil Wayne
not Lil Wayne, man. I'm talking about what they called. You know, before No Limit. When they were millionaires, like Master P and Silk the Shocker and them, they were millionaires off of mixtapes and that. Yeah. But they got a lot more people to sell it to. Do you get what I'm saying? They've got a lot more Americans that support them, so they can get rich. Where the youth that's in Brixton trying to sell his mixtape is never going to get rich off of the mixtape Because he's got a lot less people to sell it to.
So the support, but there's also a lot less people in Brixton that would rather listen to No Limit than listen to the youth in Brixton.
Listen, let me finish what I'm saying.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Listen to what I'm saying, bro. So when you try, you cannot. That's why I never understand the comparisons of Jamaicans and Africa. There is not, and Jamaicans do not make up 1/100th of them. Do you get what I'm saying? So we cannot compare. So the support is going to be overwhelming. There's a lot more. Their market is a lot bigger. Your market is bigger.
But you're just saying that they should take a leaf out of the...
Yeah, because alright, so watch this. Like what I said, see, I understand what you are saying, Ceesix, but may I try to break it down in other ways for you kind of see it. Okay, yeah, I get that. If me I follow 100 Jamaican people, and me only follow 10 African people, yeah? Right? And we have there's an accomplishment in Jamaica. Mm-hmm. For instance, when the Jamaican girls did win the football. There was a championship they win, I can't remember which one it is, and the amount of people that posted on what I follow out of all the Jamaicans I follow was not that high. I'm not saying every single, listen what I'm saying, I'm not saying 100 people for post it. No, I'm just saying it weren't shown enough. No, if it was Nigerian woman football team and I followed 10 Nigerian people, every single one of them would have posted.
You better believe it.
No, what I'm saying
post it.
Because that then takes away your whole numbers thing.
No, it doesn't.
How it doesn't?
Because I've got Nigerian friends, and I know that. Then just because the Nigerian girls are playing football, that they're going to be chucking up Nigeria. I got. It's not good. Listen to this. Let me break down this analogy.
You remember when the Nigerian? Hold on. Remember World Cup when the Nigerian? You remember the World Cup when Nigerian football, Nike made the football kit that sold out instantly. Sold out like everywhere. People were on high demand for that.
So tell me this ain't about numbers. All right, listen. Let's break this down. You post a picture on your Instagram.
Yeah.
I post a picture on my Instagram. Yeah. What happens is he will get, say like he gets 5,000 likes. 5,000 likes into the comparison of the amount of followers he has isn't a lot.
You're right.
Right? But I might get 100 likes. But 100 likes to the compared to the amount is relative. So there are a lot less Jamaicans. So there's a lot less. It's relative. There are so many Nigerians that do not know about Anthony Joshua, who do not know when the Nigerian team's playing. There's Nigerians that don't even, like, there's parts of Nigeria where, like, they're not even dealing with the Western world the way we do. You know what I'm saying? So in that, just by saying that, it's relative.
But I just feel that, like, I think there was one time where you said that we as Jamaicans, we don't really have a was it a cult?
No, us as Brits.
Yeah, no, something about was it?
Make sure you get it right. You know, don't put me down.
Yeah, but I
said tradition. Yes.
I just thought that Africans have more of a sturdy.
Yes, because they weren't broken up by slavery, bro. So of course they're gonna have tradition.
It brings me back to that they've got more of a stronger base, even for support and everything. I just
probably why is what me I saying.
Like where we gonna get? Like your name's Christopher. Christopher's not a fucking black man name.
Yeah, but we're only patriotic until someone's doing well.
Says who,
brother? You
says who? Says who?
Christopher is a white man's name.
Says who?
Christopher Columbus. That's
what?
Who. Yeah, the same people that took
one Christopher in
I don't think there was a Christopher. I don't think there was a black Christopher post pre-flipping slavery.
Yeah, imagine one tribe in Africa, some part of Africa called the Christopher Village.
Rate the thing.
I ever tell me said
the only way there's a Christopher Village is if a white Christopher come and fucked with it. There ain't no Christophers. No, it's the truth, bro. Let's be real.
What I'm saying is, back to what you are saying, is I just, as I said, I believe, like for instance, you know the African Cup of Nations are playing right now, right?
No.
You don't know.
Do you know that?
Do you know
that? She's African.
Wait, say that again.
African Cup of Nations.
Okay.
You don't know.
So basically, that's proved your point. She's Nigerian, bro.
Yeah.
But she don't know.
That's one.
But I jump on the Nigerian bandwagon when I see the post. I screenshot and share.
Do you know?
Come on, Eagles.
Watch this. Do you know the West Indies cricket team are playing?
No, because I don't follow cricket.
Oh, do you?
I don't follow cricket. It's a granddad sport.
So again, there's two of you and one of her, and both of you.
Yeah, but you're the one with the argument.
No, because me I try to make a point. You just said numbers a while ago, and this is one, and she didn't know. And there's two of you, and not one of you didn't know.
Said,
and there's more of you, so at least one should know, or half of you should know.
But what you said was, remember, this is your argument. Hold on, this is your argument. It's not mine. You said if you only followed 10 Nigerians, they would all post about it.
Yes.
So that just means that's 100%.
That's not know about it. That's posted.
Yes. This 100% don't even know about it. So she definitely ain't gonna post.
Of course I am, because the other Nigerians, they've got tobacco, so they'll post it.
But what I meant, the point I was trying to make, do you know the Jamaican football team I play?
Playing what? The men, women, or the women? The men or the women?
Which one?
Bro, I don't know, bro. I don't care. I don't even.
Do you know
like
the Jamaican football team I play?
Yes.
What, the woman?
Yeah.
You're wrong.
You see why this is? You know why this don't make no sense, blood?
Why?
Because because it's so irrelevant.
It's not Ceesix.
So
I just made a point, but the point
that
the thing that I said is I believe that people, Nigerians and people from is it Ghana? What do you say? Ghana. They show more support to their people, not the country.
This is so ignorant, bro.
How is it so ignorant?
Because let me tell you something. Right now, there is Jamaican things happening that you have no clue about.
Jamaican man football team are through to the next round in the Gold Cup.
Let me finish my point. There are so many Jamaican things around this world happening that you do not know about.
Probably.
There's Jamaicans that are thriving, that you're not supporting, you're not posting, you know nothing about. There's so many. Just because you know about the football team, you like football, bruv. You're missing the point. It was an example. Like football.
It's an example. It's an example.
But listen, if you can't have an example of something, is there a Jamaican hockey team?
Actually, there probably is. There is. Yes, there is.
Yeah,
not ice hockey.
Is there a Jamaican hockey team?
Hockey team, yes, there is.
All right, name 2 players from the Jamaican hockey team.
I don't.
So do you support them?
If them win, yes.
Bro, allow it, man.
How?
Allow it. If they win, yes.
How? If they're playing a game, I'm going to support them.
No,
if they're playing a game,
that's not support.
So then that not bring back to my point. Ceesix and Jamaicans don't support. You just fucking prove the whole point yourself. You just prove the whole point. Just listen what can you catch.
Listen,
rewind and forward.
Listen, bro.
Him just said.
Yardie.
Him just said.
Bro, you're being silly, bro.
Said.
I know what I said.
Yes.
But I'm proving the point. That if it doesn't matter if you're Jamaican, there's things that are happening.
Just prove the point.
Bro, I didn't prove your point. Your point is silly.
All right.
Because there are Africans, Nigerians, there's out of all of the 54 countries in Africa, there are stuff happening that the people in that country do not know about.
Of course.
Yeah, so so it's exactly the
There's
same.
Stuff happening in this country that
the British don't know about. So what I'm saying is it's all relative. No one does it more than others. It's a numbers game. When there's more people, there's more support. Just like if you post a picture and I post a picture or Chris posts a picture, the number of likes standard, if you post a picture of just a white background, you're going to get a certain amount of likes just standard based on your numbers. It's science, blood. And I will post it, I'll get a certain amount. There's a percentage. A certain percentage of your followers follow. You'll never get all your followers. So that just goes to show it's exactly the same, bro.
I just used 2 examples to show it's not the same because in this room, in this room, I just show the example here because in this room, right? Sorry, you know what? The cameraman, where you from? All right, they see that? So there's 1, 2, 3. There's 4 Jamaicans in here right now, right? And 1 African.
Fake African.
Himself fake African.
Fake African.
You
Nigerian.
You did
African is a continent. Bro.
I'm Nigerian, Kenyan, and Tanzanian. That's the African
what I'm saying
side.
is, when we saying, so why don't you call yourself North American then?
Hold on, wait, Ceesix. She says she have 3 mix of African countries.
Yeah.
So what is she? Tell me what she is. If she's not African, tell me what she is.
I bet she's British.
Tell me what she is.
I bet she's British.
I'm British, but I'm African.
You have 3 mixes, right? What do you call it?
So what I'm saying is, why do
Kenyan, Tanzanian, and
if you mix between Beige and Trini and Jamaican,
you're Caribbean.
Are you Caribbean?
You can't have 50%. What are you? Where's
I'm half Nigerian.
Yeah, so you're Nigerian.
Me, I'm African.
You're Nigerian. So then basically, why don't Jamaicans call themselves North American? If we're only gonna
because we're in the Caribbean.
The Caribbean is a part of the North American continent.
We're in West Indies.
It's a part of the North American continent. And while in our African, what about the individual country where you from? That's what we're talking about.
Then why not say European? You're not British. Then?
I'm not the one saying African.
Why not just say world? World.
I'm African by blood, British by geography.
No, listen. Africa is a continent. You are Nigerian.
Yeah.
But
I'm also Kenyan, Tanzanian.
You can't be from 3 places.
I bloody well can.
You can't.
Oh yes, you can.
Oh yes,
I can. You can't be from 3 places.
So what do you want me to be?
So hold on. Hold on. Let's break this down then. So which one of your parents are from Nigeria?
My father.
Your father's from Nigeria.
Yes.
And your mum is.
She's mixed up.
Mixed up with what? What is your mum's mum?
Swedish Irish.
So Swedish. So how come you didn't mention Sweden?
Because we're talking about African and Caribbean.
No, we're talking about your makeup. I'm not for
probably
no one asked me for my
Jamaican.
mix.
No, he's not Jamaican.
I'm not. Yeah.
He's not Jamaican.
No.
If we're gonna talk about because we're talking about
Irish. I'm Irish.
But wait, let me understand your point. Let me let you land. What do you mean?
Listen, this whole point, isn't about any. His point is saying that Jamaicans don't support their people, but Africans do.
No, he didn't say that. He was saying who supports more. Who's more patriotic to their...
And I'm saying it's all relative. No one does it more than others. It's relative to the amount of people of the place that you come from. It's relative. Not everybody's going to follow your football team. If every Nigerian followed the Nigerian football team, the stadiums couldn't hold them. There's way too many of them.
I just know that we as Jamaicans, we're not that supportive for the Africans. And I'm rolling with Yardie on that.
You lot can roll because you're coming from a very uneducated standpoint, bro.
How?
Because it doesn't make sense, bro.
But we just analyze.
It doesn't make sense, bro.
Yo, I'm on the camera. You did not say Jamaica play football.
What's that got to do with anything, bro?
The girl won them. World Cup. Alright, he knew.
Do you like football? Well, then that don't make no sense, bruv. Do you know about the Jamaican hockey team?
But there's Africans who don't like sports or anything, but because it's their own people, they know about that.
But there's Jamaicans like that as well. There's Jamaicans who don't know.
But
bruv, as I mentioned the football team earlier on, my first point was us 3 sat in the football and watched the reggae girls. Yeah. How many people do you think are football followers in that place?
No,
out of your answer the question.
Not much. Turn that back on. Not much.
Yo, brother, turn that back on.
Oh, yeah, I got used to that.
You know, if he's back into the mic.
It's been on for a whole hour, man. This has been on since.
I didn't do that. I left it switched off because it feeds back.
No, it did on when you're gone
so
still.
It's gonna sound echoey.
Yeah, I didn't turn it switched off.
What? So who's turning it on? We didn't touch that.
I didn't touch it.
Someone, listen, we don't touch that. Someone's turned that on.
Yeah, it did on from the whole time.
It did from the beginning, bro.
No, but when I was clicking it when you was here,
yeah,
I switched it off. I told you make sure it stays.
But so who? But no one ain't been up there and touched it.
Well, I don't know. I wasn't here. But
so
have you not got a ghost in here or something? Because
I don't know, boy. I don't know.
The next people there for come in?
No, I don't know. There's no
all right. Anyway, forget you. Whatever. All right, cool. You win, man. I don't even want to argue because
it's not a winning thing. It's not a winning thing.
No, because it don't make sense, bro. It don't make sense. It don't make sense, bro.
It does in everywhere. It does in everywhere.
How many people at the football?
Watch this side. Prime example.
Let me finish
Forget
my point.
that. Prime example, yeah. Prime example.
Don't do that, Yardie. Don't do that. Don't shout over me. Don't shout over me. No. How many people? No, don't do that.
Go on. May I beg you 5 minutes when you're done? First 5.
When I finish what I'm saying,
and me do my 5.
Don't just cut me and then drag the mic and shout louder than me. That's not how conversations work. You was at the football. How many people do you think out of the Reggae Girls football team that we watched in Brixton that day? How many people there do you think are football fans?
No one apart from Yardie. Just one. Just Yardie.
And I believe that they are only there because it was an event they were invited to. I guarantee you that not just because you're from a place, you're going to know everything about football. Do you get what I'm saying? He likes football. So asking him, does he know about what the reggae boys are doing? That's irrelevant. Do you know, name every sport that a Jamaican is involved in right now? Because you don't know, bro. You don't know if there's a Jamaican that is, what's the Jamaican basketball team called? What's the Jamaican baseball? There must be. You don't, what is it called? If you don't know, then your point is irrelevant. Now you finish.
My point's not irrelevant because again, you just actually said in what you just said, again, you kind of make the point of what I'm trying to make. You just say how many people was there that knew about it or cared about it or whatever. They probably were only there because they got invited. Again, if they didn't get invited, them just stay in them yard. Africans, they don't have to invite them. Who? Nigeria player? We there.
That's what I'm...
That you just... See, if you talk again, me done.
You know what that don't make sense?
Me done. Come never finish talk, I'm still done. You see, I'm still on.
That don't make sense, bro. That don't make sense. That don't make sense, bro.
When somebody don't agree with your point, you just want to cut in. So let me fucking finish then, man. Man. No, can you do it all the time, man?
Hey, you're both Jamaicans. Stick together.
I'm making talk. Push with the mic.
Don't hype on me, bro. What are you jumping up and swearing that for? What's that? Bro, relax, man. Don't do that.
Okay, can we get back to some...
All right, so me can finish what me I gonna say without being interrupted.
Yes.
No, the point I'm trying to make, and I can make another point is Yardie who went into Love Island, the whole of Africa support her.
Mm-hmm.
Every single person where me don't even know so me I follow so many Africans. Them support her. Make that be a Jamaican girl. Oh, look on her, she thinks she... Ceesix, my point is proven. Just say you don't agree with it, and it's simple. Okay, but don't try to make like my point. Okay. I'm not finished. When I'm finished, I'll say you can go on like what you always do with me. So it's simple.
Just talk, man. Just talk.
What?
Just talk. Stop telling me.
Stop cut me then, no man. Talk, because that's going to irritate me. That's going to irritate me then. Man. Alright, don't do that then. Let me finish, and then when we're done, me say go Ceesix. Cool. So my point was saying is that, do you feel Jamaicans support their people less than Africans support their people? That was my first point. That was the whole point, because I believe they do. Like I made the point of, there's a man in Canada is a Jamaican born. He lives in Canada now. He made a movie. He puts it out. I follow more Jamaican people than I do African people, and they were pushing. They didn't push his movie, like they didn't push his movie. It didn't get to where it could have got. It didn't get the big high profile as it. No, when I see African actors in movies such as what's it called? Like what the one with the spoon when she Get Out. Yeah. That's an African. They push it. When they win awards, they push it. Do you understand? They highlight it. Yes, there's bigger numbers, but what I'm trying to say is I don't follow that many more. I follow way more Jamaicans.
Hold on, listen.
So right. you can say what you want.
All right, so let's just base it on this then. So why is Yardie out the show? Because the amount of Nigeria, whatever country she's from in Africa, there are 100 million of them people. So all I'm saying is, and the descendants.
She's out the show because ITV didn't give her opportunity.
If you don't support her, that show. My point is, why don't know?
They didn't put men in there that would have kept her.
No, that's not how it goes. That's not how it goes. You get booked, you get voted out when you're the last one from the. Remember, it's the people at home that.
No. Don't be naive.
People at home.
Don't be naive. It's nothing to do with the people at home that Yardie's out. That has nothing to do with it.
I'm telling you.
Bringing it down to the votes.
You see what? So hold on. Now listen. I'm not being a conspiracy theorist, bro. Because when I'm a conspiracy theorist, you all have problems. So let's not do conspiracy. No. We're doing barefaced. What's put in front of us, bro?
You're changing it around to make it right.
What I'm telling you is this: you cannot say that you do not know every single person from Nigeria. You do not know every single person from any country. So you cannot say who supports who the most. It's all relative. That is all I'm saying. It's all relative. There are many patriotic people, and there are many people that hate their country. There's many people that hate who they are. It's all relative. It's all relative.
Do you know what's really funny that we're talking about this right now? 2 days ago, I had dinner with someone, and they're Jamaican, and I was I mean, it was almost a date. No, it wasn't a date.
Come on, man.
I've always been of the view. Remember, I said I used to pretend I was Jamaican because growing up, Jamaicans were like, they all wore Jamaican flag thing, the boxing gloves in the car, everything. Yeah, and I love that, but. This particular person, I was like,
that isn't why you pretended to be Jamaican.
No, I pretended to be Jamaican because it wasn't. I didn't say it was. I pretended to be Jamaican because it was.
You kind of led that.
No, I said I loved that. I didn't say anything to do with the reason. The reason was because it was seen as unfashionable to be African.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
the date.
It wasn't a date, but anyway. I said to him, like, I've never been to Nigeria. I really want to go to Nigeria and just be in a place where I'm from. And I was like, oh, it'd be sick to go to Jamaica. He's like, I've never been to Jamaica. I don't have no desire to go to Jamaica. Like, what's Jamaica done for me? And I was like, what? You're Jamaican and you're saying this? And it really took me back. So it's interesting to hear this.
Yeah, like, you see the whole numbers thing. I get what Ceesix are saying now. I get it. But when me break it down, what him said, it cannot work with that sense. If there's one person here that's African and there's 20 Jamaicans here, and that one person that's African does know something or does support what's happening, and the 20 don't know nothing, that just breaks down the whole thing about numbers. You understand what I mean? That's what I was trying to get to.
Thing on like the history of Jamaica, and it shows the houses like in England back in the days when Jamaicans first come over, they were making it very Jamaican. Then they started putting more English, making it more English. So it's almost like we were trying to move away from that culture to become more English, hence the speaky, spokey, shabbas and stuff like that. But you don't really see that from Africa.
But we spoke about this before. Let's look at it like this. Let's look at it like this. If one set of people have only got history so deep, and then the others have a history that is thousands of years deeper, some people are going to be more grounded than others. As I said, people in Jamaica speak English. We have English surnames, English names. Yeah. We are named after our slave masters. So our history is only so deep. That stuff was beaten out of us. So our culture and everything is going to be a certain way. When the Queen and when Jamaica was under the ruling of Britain, it was set a certain way. So the older generation, when they were invited over to England, they're coming over with the fact that they've been invited to a better life by certain people. So they look up to the Queen. They that is what they look at. We never had a black prime minister in Jamaica for ages. So hold on. So that just goes to show why they look. There's reasons and answers to your question.
No, but Africa still, the white man, they still love the white man as well.
Bro,
they still love the fact of England, but they still remain very cultural.
They have culture, bro. They have tradition.
About Dylan White, you talk about Joshua. I see Joshua repping Nigeria much more than people like Dylan White. That's even on a smaller scale.
But listen, but we spoke about tradition. Jamaica. Have you been to Africa?
Huh?
Have you been to Africa?
No.
Okay, well, go. I'll tell you, that is life-changing. When I went, it's life-changing. They have culture.
Africa's not a country, it's a continent.
I asked him, has he been to Africa? Has he been to anywhere in Africa?
He has.
Have you been to the continent of Africa?
Yeah, he has. You have.
It doesn't have to be the,
You don't have to have gone to Nigeria. You don't have to have gone to. They're not the only two places in Africa.
Have you been
Tunisia?
I've been on the edge of Spain.
Yeah.
Anyway, I feel like they got culture in it. They got history. They have tradition. If you go to African wedding, there's a tradition.
There's two.
Yeah. But they got tradition.
Yeah.
We don't have that.
And they call it a white wedding.
But then maybe
that
comes back to what I'm saying.
Bro, I don't agree with your point, and that is the point. That's the thing is, this argument. Yeah, but you can you can only speak from your perspective. You do not like. I know the same way you. I know many people that come from different parts of Africa that haven't been back and have no desire to go back. We're westernized. This guy that you went on a date with lives. Of course it was. This guy lives in England. He's British, yeah. He's British.
Yeah.
Clearly, if he's never been to Jamaica and he's here, he's probably been born here and brought up here. He is British. He's westernized. He has no desire to go back. He probably has no desire to go to Africa. He's westernized.
He actually did say that he'd like to go to Africa
because he's talking to you. Because he's talking to you. The man them know. They say, oh yeah, Nigel, what part Nigel? Oh yeah, Nigel. What part you from? That is exactly where I want to go. Come on. But anyway, the point of the matter is, we cannot look at it from from our standpoint. We do not know what they're doing, and I honestly believe it's just relative. It's just relative to the numbers, and that is it.
I just think that we should say do 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 do
What?
do do.
I don't get that.
Don't you?
No.
You're not real
Don't worry.
Jamaicans then. Wow.
Yeah, but they still believe me, I say.
This your boy Dizzle Comedian. You've been watching Chalk and Cheese podcast. Stay tuned to next week. It's the best thing ever.
Chalk and
Thank you.
Cheese.
podcast. Put a podcast.